Hello everybody, welcome to VEDA Day 6. As I promised yesterday, today I'm going to go through some old artwork as you see splattered across my screen here. And these were all, I screen captured these all from my old Photobucket account. So I kind of organized them by rough time period, but they all range, and I think from about 2005-ish to 2009. Some of them I dated, some of them I did not. So let's see, where to begin? Um, Let's see, here's some early pencil work that I used to do. So let me zoom in here. Yeah, here's a still life. I don't think I dated this one. But I want to say it's from about, I want to say 2005, 2006. Maybe a little bit later. At latest 2008. But yeah, so it's not terrible, but it's really not all that good either. Um, it looks all kind of, I didn't have a clear established light source that was very good, and the tonal range isn't the best, but, you know, for what it is, it's not too terrible. And that's, I believe, all graphite. Let's see what else we got here. Here's another early drawing I did. Pencil. It didn't scan very well, and I didn't do any adjusting in Photoshop, but back then I used to do all sorts of surrealistic, weird stuff, and this is the result of one of those drawing sessions. I never used to plan out what I was going to draw. I would just start drawing. As you can see, it's not the best scan. It's very pixelated at this view. So, alrighty, moving on. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that. I hate when that happens. Alright, so here's an abstract that I did at the time. Actually, abstract. It's probably non-representative. I don't know all the fancy art terms. I don't really know. I never really bothered with any of that crap. I just drew what I drew and didn't worry about what category it fell into. So here's one of those. It looks like it's, I was probably going for some rough figure because I see some, you know, breast shapes here and then going down to the knees and thighs. So, and then a head, arm reaching up over. I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know, but that's, I'm seeing a rough figure. Then this looks like it falls along similar lines, although not quite as resolved as the other one. This almost looks like a music note here. But once again, not exactly sure where I was going with this, but there it is. This, I think, started off as just a quick doodle I did at work and probably finished just as well. I was practicing shading and rough forms, and there we go. Here's another one. This one I remember doodling it. This is ballpoint pen on paper, done while bored at work. I have no idea what it is or why it was, but there it is. Almost looks like some weird eyeball creature bowling. Yeah, he looks like he's holding a bowling ball in two hands, so I don't know. And another thing you'll notice about my older work is I used to sign it with my actual signature before starting to use just my last name with the year. Let's see. I'm now, time-wise, I'm jumping around a bit because I don't really chronologically know what order these were, to a certain extent anyway. But I do know this was one of my first forays into digital painting, period. As you can see, it's, oh wait, no, now it's all pixelated because I zoomed in a little bit too much. So that's full size. But these are screen captures. These aren't actual images. So here it's a face. I can tell that much. Looks hideous is what it does. It looks like I used a lot of the blur tool, and I don't know. It looks like utter crap. I don't know where I was going, what I was doing. Don't know. But it looks like junk. I don't know if I started with some sort of pencil drawing and then just used a whole crap load of bad filters on it. I don't know. I can't pretend to know what I was thinking, but I don't like it at all. It's junk. Junk! Then, let's see. Here's some more from around that same time period, just screwing around. I think I probably just turned on the liquify, slapped some color down, turned on the liquify filter, and was just pushing pixels around and coming up with whatever I came up with. I don't know. I do see a rough form here, almost like with the arms crossed and a head, but who knows? Don't know. Same with this, screwing around with the liquify tool. Could be anything. Looks like a squid form, maybe. See, it could be a nostril opening and 2 eye sockets. I have no idea. And another one from that time period. Yep, just more crap. This I do remember drawing. This was done over several nights at the diner. I would just doodle with pen and ink, and it could be viewed at really any angle. There is no specific thing. It's very surrealistic, and let's see, can we rotate it? Which rotation? It doesn't matter which way you go. There's it at this angle. Ah, no, don't go in there. Damn it. Really, now it's too big, ah. So there's it at this angle, and then that angle. And finally, the last angle. But I want to say the way I was first showing it is probably the where I started. In fact, if I remember correctly, yeah, if I remember correctly, I started with this tree. I'm pretty sure I started with this tree, and everything branched out from there, and no pun intended. And there's all sorts of things flowing into other things, and things looking one way, and the other way it looks like something else. And one of my more crazy drawings, indeed. You know, it kind of almost makes me want to get back into surrealistic, kind of weird stuff like that. Let's see. Alrighty, let's see. There's a time period I was doing a lot of quote-unquote tribal artwork, such as this. Oh, no, I didn't need to zoom out. Sorry about that. Such as this piece right here. Pretty representative of the time. In fact, the very few times I ever messed with vectors, Illustrator, was to do this kind of stuff. And there you have it. There's this one. Then I have a horse. And then I have a cross. I was doing a lot of tattoo designs at the time, so I think that's what kind of spurned this. But there you go. I did some other stuff that very similar to these, so I didn't bother putting them in, but I think I did a tiger and some other stuff, and a lot of different types of similar crosses. So there you have it. I haven't done something in a similar style to that in years. This is an old floral I did. What had happened was I had found out I was going to be doing a showing of some artwork at a local cafe or something, and I had no clue what to actually show, because most of my work I've always done has been commission based, so I didn't really have a inventory of much work of my own laying around. So I did a whole shit ton of these floral type things. They're on black paper with colored pencil, and they're really quick and easy because I found them really simple to do. So I did a whole mess of them. If I'm reading the date right, it looks like this was 2006. So yeah, I still own most of those. Most of them probably got destroyed or warped, and several times I've moved, and I don't even know where some of them are. I don't think I sold any, maybe a few. Probably gave some away. I don't. Yeah, they were cheesy. But here's a scan of this was an actual commission I had done, and this was 2006. So back then I was doing a lot of colored pencil work on toned paper. So there you go. This was a client piece. One of the first several client pieces I actually did. And here's another dog from the same period. Colored pencil on toned paper. And that was probably from the same year, 2006. And then I used to be part of a group, well, still I'm on Facebook, but back in MySpace days, I was part of a group called World Artist Network. And I had started doing pictures of some of the members. And this is my favorite of that bunch. His name is JD, and he does a lot of fabric art, or at least he used to. I don't know if he still does. So what he would do is he would take various different cut up pieces of canvases that he had paint on and colored on, and he would um, safety pin them together in various different forms. And I always loved that style. So when I did my drawing of him, I kind of tried to emulate that style in pencil, and hence all the patchwork. And this is probably one of my favorite pieces from that time period. And this was between 2007 2009. Oh wait, no, it looks like, I can't tell if it says 2006 or if it says 09. It's one of the two. Or not 09, 08. It's either an 8 or a 6. I'm not really sure which. But anyway, yeah, this is my favorite piece from that time period, as far as drawings of other people go. Let's see, here's a hummingbird. This, I think, was done on just regular printer paper. So it's colored pencil on printer paper. Little hummingbird, which I probably traced. I don't think I drew that bird freehand. I might have, but I don't think I did. I probably traced it. Let's see. And then here's some, back in the day I used to do, this is, looks like it says 07. My attempt at caricaturing, I started doing a lot of pencil drawings, and then I would scan them into the computer. So that would be this one. It's really bad. I like this one a little bit better. My favorite comedian, Stephen Wright. And here we have Mother Teresa, which was done for a caricature challenge on one of the myriad boards I used to be part of. Maybe it was e-caricatures, I'm not really sure. There's Mother Teresa, and it looks like it says 08, but I'm not 100% positive on that. I can't really see it too clearly. And here's Matthew Mcconaughey. And yeah, 08. So that was the time period I was doing a lot of these pencil drawings and then scanning them in. And here we have Stan Lee with a Spider-Man body. This looks like it was probably pen. I don't think that's pencil. I'm pretty sure that might have been pen. Scanned in, or it could be just pencil that I darkened in pen. I mean, darkened to look more like pen. But this might have been a pen sketch at work. Not positive. Alright, so here's what I had started to do was scan them in and then beginning to attempt coloring them in Photoshop. So here we see the results of that. So here's John Lovett's before and after coloring. Then a really old blog I used to have, which I haven't updated in years and don't even think exists. So this is also from 08. So you can see the changes that went from during the coloring process. This is, obviously before I start coloring directly into the computer, and this is also pre-Cintiq. So I was using my I was using a tablet, just I think it was an Intuos 3 that I used to own, and so my work improved dramatically once I got the Cintiq. But here we go. There's that, and then the same with Hugh Laurie as Dr. House. So there we go, the scan, and then the coloring in job. And I actually like the drawing better on this one than that. This I think was done before the John Lovett's piece. I think the John Lovett's piece was done after. Just based on the coloring, I like the coloring on the Lovett's piece better, so I'm thinking it was after this one. But I had started dating my work, so I could tell. But this one is not dated, so I'm not sure. But I want to say the Lovett's piece was actually after this one. And then, let's see, around that time period, shortly after that period, I want to say 2009, 2010, I'm not sure exactly when, but around then, let me see if this is dated. I don't think it is. I had taken Jason Seiler's Schoolism self-study course, and this was one of the assignments in it. And you can see a dramatic improvement of this, painting-wise over the other. And this was painted directly into the computer. I think I had my Cintiq by this point. If not, it's shortly before, but I want to say I did. So it was around then that I had gotten it. So I'm not sure if this is before or after I got my Cintiq, but it is during that class I took with Jason Seiler, which my definitely jump-started my painting skills. This, I'm pretty sure, was after that. And these are painted directly into the computer as opposed to drawn and then scanned. And these are just value studies. So we got Mel Brooks and Randy Travis. I remember, so this is 09, so this one's dated. So I remember when I was watching one of the late night talk shows, and Randy Travis was the guest. And I remember seeing how big his forehead was, and I'm like, and how big his giant smile was. So I'm like, I gotta draw that, you know. So I did, and there you have it. So there's Randy Travis. And then here we have Lady Gaga. I'm thinking, I'm not sure, those other two might have been before this, because this I think is a pencil scan that I started shading. So this one I want to say is after those other two, but I might be wrong about that. And this I believe was done for one of the caricature challenges on one of the mini groups. But this looks like it was a pencil drawing first that I scanned in, so, but I'm not positive. And that's Lady Gaga. And then I had started doing some speed painting. It's probably premature. I probably shouldn't have started doing that till I was much better at what I was doing. But so here's balls back in old speed painting I did. This is 09. And here we have a digitally painted cat that I did, and this was also in 09. The only part I really don't like about this is the eyes. I really don't like how the eyes came out in this. They look really horrible. The form of the cat itself isn't too terrible. I mean, the tail doesn't look like it's wrapping properly, and it doesn't look like he's sitting on the ground right. But the shapes, the forms isn't too terrible. Tail looks awkward, and the eyes look terrible. So there you have it. There's some old artwork that I've done. Thankfully, I think I've improved a lot since then. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.